Hi there. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. It is 1 minute to 2. We're going to get started in just 1 minute. Welcome everybody to my Facebook Tuesdays to be continued. We are going to continue on with the beautiful balloons bundle. Those dies and that stamp set is just adorable and so festive. I hope that you like it as much as I do. This is what I used on Sunday as well. That's why I call my Tuesdays to be continued. And so I hope you can join us. Okay, it's 2 o'clock. I'm going to get started. Today I have a card. One of my favorite things to do. Hi, Florence. One of my favorite things to do is, let me just write something down here right now, is to create a card using a stamp set and using the stamp set and the dies or the stamps, doesn't matter, one or two, all of them, all of the above, in different ways than they were meant to be used. I always try to think of ways, hi Donna, to do that. So today, or for this stamp set, I decided to go with that again as well. So that's what I'm going to do. Plus, I'm going to teach you a little technique using your stamps to make a little bit of a background within the center of your card, if you will. You'll understand what I'm saying once I start to show you. So let me turn you down, and we're going to get started with my little housekeeping, and then we'll go on to making the card. Okay. So let me spin you around. There we go. Tighten you back up so you don't swirl around anywhere. Okay. So again, welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. It is my Tuesdays to be continued. Hi, Sandy. My name is Beverly Morales. I am your creative coach, and I live in Tracy, California. I have a May host code, so if you choose to order from me, you can use this code here. And I would appreciate that so much. What that does is builds up some the sales that I get every month, and then at the end of the month, I might earn some free products. So I really appreciate if your order is under $150 to use that host code. But if your order is $150 or more, you won't need that code because you're going to earn the free merchandise. Okay, where do you shop with me? That's a good question. BeverlyStamps.stampinup.net. And you can also visit me on YouTube. If you do go to YouTube, if you are on YouTube, I would really love it if you would subscribe. And if you're here on Facebook, if you'll follow me, I would love that as well. You can email me with any of your questions at mofun44@icloud.com anytime for any reason. Hello, Maxine. Welcome. Okay. When you order from me, first thing I'm going to do is send you a rewards form. Hi, Sharon. And so make sure that you complete your rewards form as you place orders. This is just a little sample here. And if you don't understand it, the explanation or the instructions are right here. But if you do not understand something, again, email me, and I'll be happy to explain it to you. This is the prize for the month of May. So if you order from me in the month of May, your name is automatically going to be put in a drawing. And if your name is chosen, I will send you this darling pack of in-color treat bags. Okay, hi Pam, all the way from North Carolina. Thank you for sprinkling. So this is the card that I made on Sunday. You know, I watched it back on the replay, and it just in person, it's just so much more shimmer and shine and glitz than you can ever imagine. And I even think I forgot to point out on the live to put some little bit of your confetti pieces right here next to the sentiment. However, this is the card that I decided today. Every once in a while I do this. The first person I see to pop on when I go live will win the card. And I decided to do that today. So who was that person? That was you, Florence. Thank you for being here. Florence is in my downline. She lives about 3 hours approximately away from me. So I will put this in the mail to you, Florence. And congratulations and thank you for being here right on time. Let's see if I can get this in an envelope real quick. And then we're going to get started. So I mentioned that I like to take my stamps and my dies and make other things from their original image. So today I used, again, the Radiating Dies. Now, if you're having trouble finding the Radiating Dies, it's because they're not in any catalog. They're an online exclusive. Yay! Lucky you. You're very welcome. And here is the code, just in case you don't want to look anything up or go online and look. There is the code. And when you punch that in, these dies will come up and you can order them that way. Then I used, again, like I said, the Beautiful Balloons bundle, but I used these two balloons, the smallest and the middle-sized one for this card that I'm going to show you. And I used the circle that comes with the Radiating Dies. So those are the 4 dies, basically, that made my card. Now, I know I'm teasing you because I'm not showing you the card yet, but I like a little bit of drama there because it's not balloons at all. 0 balloons on this card. Can you believe that? Let's see how you like it. It's made with my, what I call classic colors that pop in the summertime. What do you think of that? Let me know what you think of that. Isn't that adorable? And it is made with the balloons. Yes. These are the balloons. These are the balloons. So I think it's very fun. I think it's very bold and bright. And hi, Gail. And I think it's just a whole lot of fun to be able to put something else together with balloons other than balloons, right? Okay, so what you'll need is your basic black for your base. And I folded that in half. It's 8.5 by 5.5. regular card. And I mentioned that you're going to need the Radiating Dies. This is the largest one that I showed you a minute ago. And it cut out the layer piece for this card. At the beginning, I mentioned a background that I was going to talk to you about making. Thanks, Gail. I'm glad you like it. It is a lot of fun. It is. It's just a lot of fun to make, and it's a lot of fun to receive. So the background behind the leaves and behind the flower, you can just see it poking out a little bit. We're going to do that. And then I'm going to show you how I made these leaves too. I did use a 2-inch circle punch for that. Okay. So let's start with the technique of stamping the background. So you're going to need some Post-it note because you're going to want to block off the little slits that are on the sides of this piece that's cut out. Let me see. Let me tear this, I guess. When I made it the first time, I just kept moving my Post-it notes, but I'm going to do it this way this time and see if it saves a little bit of your time doing it this way. That way I can just stamp and stamp and stamp and not have to keep moving things. Hey, Bev. Late to the party. Just a minute or two. But the winner of Sunday's card was the first one to pop up today, so that could have been you. It was Florence. Florence is happy. Okay. So I just do that once in a while. I think it's fun. All right, so I've got all the little lines that the Radiating Dies make taped off, so I have a clean slate here that I can stamp on. I'm going to take the stamp that says, I think it's time for a celebration, that's in the stamp set, and my Memento ink. I'm going to remember to use my piercing mat, and here is the code for that, 126199. If you don't already have one, it's a must. Okay. So I am just going to ink up my stamp. And on the inside of the card, it says the same exact thing. So the front of the card really just flirts with a sentiment, and then the inside says it all. Okay, so ink that up really well. And then I'm going to start up in the top left corner. It doesn't matter where you start really, as long as you just fill it in. So wherever the flowers and the leaves are not, you can see a peek, hi Debbie, of the sentiment. And I like it to be very dark if possible. Now what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to cover up that just in case it would double over, and it would have. So I don't want it exactly the same level either, so I'm just going to go up a little bit. And I am pressing pretty hard, and I'm leaving it a minute because I want that black to be as dark as possible, because this is what's going to show, really what's on the edges is going to show up. Okay, so now we can just strategically, what I mean by strategically, so right here we see libration, mostly liberation. So I think I want to put the, I think it's time for a celebration right there, fit it in like a puzzle. And then I'm going to come over here and do the same. I'm going to go off the side a little bit. I don't want I think and I think lined up exactly. So I'm going to come over to my left a little bit. The center being having a void is okay because the flower is going to be covering it anyway. Really, we're concentrating on having a little bit of differences around the edges. Okay, so let's continue over here. And then I'm going to come this way a little bit. And then back that way a little bit. So I'm just, randomly, hi Rosemary, picking places to get this background onto this white piece of paper, a white piece of cardstock. Okay, so I'm trying to, right here, I was looking at that celebration, and I'm getting this celebration a little bit lower. Okay, now I have this little space right here, and the edges are what's important, remember. So I'm going to take the, I think it's time for, even though you can't read the whole thing, because remember, the inside is going to say the whole thing. This is just a background. So in this stamp, I like that there's two different fonts. Hi, Andrea. I think that makes it really, really cute. And now we're just going to peel off these Post-its. Cover this up so I don't get my fingers in it. And like I said, you can use one Post-it note and keep moving it around as you need to. I just used all of these just to get it done a little bit faster. And now we have, hi Marianne, now we have a background just in the middle of this die. I think that's very attractive. I hope you do too. Now we're going to put it on black cardstock and you see it pop. Okay, so what better color to make things pop even further with black and white is yellow. Hey, Karen. So I remember telling you, but I'm going to say it again, that on this particular die, on these dies, I don't put glue where the slots are, because if it seeps through, it could seep through. Maybe it wouldn't, but I don't want to take a chance, because these slits, you know, they're slits, and so the ink could get through there and then make the front of your card sticky. Okay. So now I took this die. Oh, I knew I was going to forget what color. Let me look real quick. Daffodil Delight. Okay. I took these two dies and I cut out 5 of each in Daffodil Delight cardstock. Now that sounds like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. You got to put these two in 5 times, right? I've done them in advance, but I want to tell you, you can double up your paper and you can cut 2 of these at once and 2 of these at once, and they work fine. And then after, let me see, I like how you use the sentiment multiple. Yeah, it changes it completely, doesn't it? Yeah, I really like it too. So you can cut these out quickly, and then you can lay them all into the polka dot folder at one time. So let me show you how I did that, because I thought, oh my goodness, 10 balloons. I think I have 11 of each one here. I cut 1 extra. Is going to, you know, take a lot, but it didn't. I just placed, they were not embossed, of course. I just placed them in here like this, and I just want to show you the arrangement in case you want to do this. And I believe I did this. I got them all in at once, and then I remember putting the small ones on this end. So let's see how that works. And then, so there's 4. So this is the 5th one. And there's 3, 4, 5. So they all fit on there. Close it up and run it through. Okay? It's polka dot, so there's not really a direction, so you don't have to worry about that. So then I had a bunch of polka dot Daffodil Delight balloons. We're going to need our silicone mat because we're going to work with glue now. Let me put my dies back. And I'm going to start with the large ones. So I need 5. And then I'll do the same thing with 5 of the little ones. 3, 4, 5. Okay. So you take your glue. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Let me make sure I'm in camera because I sat down and then I can't see the camera, so I better stand back up. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here on each one of them. Okay. I'll leave the cap off since I'm going to keep using it. That silicone mat is a must. Yes, it is. Yes, it really is. Okay, so now we just take the balloons and we overlap them. Now, if you don't get all the glue covered up, it's okay because we have a center that we're going to put on, and that will cover up the extra glue. And if you don't get them straight the way you want them right away, remember it's wet glue, so it's okay. You can adjust. So there's no stressing out about that. Okay, I kind of like that one. I like how that looks. So now I'm going to take the little black circle from the Radiating Dies and place that right in the center where all that extra glue was showing, and give that a minute to dry. This circle is going to hold it all together, and if you hold it up and you decide, I need to turn a couple of those petals this way or that, you can still do that. And I like big images like this. I like how they cover up a lot of the card. It's very simple. It's very cute. And I think it's striking. Okay, so let's do this again. Every balloon gets some glue. And then we just start to layer. You have plenty of room to hold on to the balloons because we only put it down at the tips. Okay, let's look at that one. I adjusted this one balloon just a little bit. Curling each petal will also make it look really cute. Who said that? Yes, Florence, that's absolutely correct. I'm going to get there. You want the curling to happen after everything is dry, though, if you curl the flower. I'm actually not going to curl the flowers, but I am going to curl the leaves. Hi, Janet. Hey, Karen. 2 Karens here today so far. So there we go. So this one is for the inside. I think I used the smaller one for this card, the smaller balloon, but now I wanted you to see all 3. Okay, this one's really cute. You could use more than one on a card. So that's the smallest balloon. All right, so let's let these set up a minute. Right over here. And then we were playing on Sunday with this Brights 6x6 Designer Series paper. And I was telling you that there's stripes and little check marks and polka dots and hearts and all different little patterns, right? In different colors in the Brights. So all you have to do is take your 2-inch circle punch. I'm going to punch out 2, hi Janice, 2 circles. And then take the circles and put them back into the punch. Now this leaf right here is going to be for this because that flower is smaller. Hey Patty, I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing. And then I have another leaf right there. Then I have an apple core here if you want to make something out of an apple core. Hi, Jocelyn. And then this one is for the bigger flower. So I just pushed it into the punch farther and see how much bigger the leaf is than this one. Yep, I've been doing this for years and years and years, making leaves out of any circle punch that you have. Okay. All right, so there's our pieces. So this is a super, super simple card. Now we talk about placement. I'm going to take my leaves and I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to pull away towards my right. I'm going to pull away, curving the leaves like that. So now I've got this curve. Then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to only go halfway and I'm going to curve it again and that makes it curve and flip. See that? Curve and flip? Okay, so let's do that again. We're going to pull and it's going down. We're going to turn it over and pull again and it curves and flips. Okay, that's all there is to that. Back to our silicone mat and our glue. Is this a card you guys think you could make? Very easy, very different. Just putting a little bit of glue on the ends of the leaves. And then I'm going to stick one here and I'm sticking it right to the back of the flower. And then, you know, I'm going to wait and see where I want that one because I'm going to do my placement on my card. Okay, now I need some dimensionals. It's my snips. This is a pretty big flower, so I'm going to get some bigger pieces of dimensionals cut from the edges. place one there and one here. And then I'm going to set my card down, making sure that I can see that lovely background that we stamped. Okay, it's just going to flirt with the sentiment, telling somebody, I think, and then they're going to see celebration, time for, and so they're really not going to know what you're saying until they open up the card. Then you can take this leaf and set it down to strategically leaving some spaces for your background. Then, to add just a little bit more cutesy, here is the black and white ribbon, item number 156485. I've always loved this ribbon since the day it came out. And we just make a little bow. I shouldn't have cut it off the reel. I should have made the bow first. Let's see if I can do it. Thank you for all your RSVPs for open house. We're going to have fun trying to decide. Thanks, Bev. Trying to decide what. I don't want to mess with that. Trying to decide what we're going to have for dessert. Don't know yet. Depends if I like to make my desserts, but I've got so much going on right now. I don't know if I'm going to have time, so we'll see. Okay. So I want a small bow because we're going to set this right in the middle, the center of the flower. We're going to use our great mini glue dots for that. While they're little but mighty, I still choose to use two, is what I should have said. And then set it right down in the middle of the card. Isn't that cute? Do you guys think it's cute? I think it's so cute. Okay, center of the card, or the inside of the card. I have my white layer piece already cut out. Like I've told you, I keep a little stamp case of those done, so I don't have to cut them every time I make a card. We're going to go back to the Memento ink and back to our stamp that says, I think it's time for a celebration. Thanks, Patty. I think it is cute. I just think it just makes you smile. It's the combination of the background, I think, and the colors. And then if you had not thought of making a flower with balloons, then I'm glad that I could show you that. Okay, now this one is a lot bigger than the one I made on the first card, so maybe I shouldn't use it. I don't think I will. I think I'm going to make another card, and I'll use this on the front like I did this one, even though it's smaller. Oh, look how cute it looks doubled up. Now, this is serendipity right here. This is serendipity. I would have not thought to double that up. But since we're here, why not? Alternate the petals. See, this happens to me all the time when I'm creating. Let me see. I lost my train of thought because I got excited. So I'm out here stamping, and then I set something down, and I set it right on top of something else, and then I really like how it looks, and so then I do that. I know, serendipity is my friend. I tease. I've always wanted a shop, right? A store. And I tease that I might name it Serendipity because things just happen. Look at, I just made it different. That was just out of the blues. So here it is, and somebody's going to win, whichever. I'll finish this one off with a smaller flower. but somebody's going to win whatever you choose, the double flower or the single flower. That just surprised me. I don't know why, because I always alternate petals and make them fluffier, but it didn't dawn on me to do that. That is so funny. I'm glad you guys got to see that in real time, because that happens to me all the time. It's just funny. So I'm going to make a smaller flower for inside this card, so I will have a completed card that I can use when I need to. And then the winner of this card will get to choose the one they want. They're basically the same. This one's just a little bit more layered. And I have the leaves already made, so I just have to get the balloons cut out, and we're done. So what a difference, right? What a difference from this. All the same set, and it's just so different. Here's another idea. You can have vellum butterflies, balloons, and you can make the fringe grass instead of fringe. So there's very cute, and I like the double flower better. See, I saw this and was thrilled. And then right now it plopped it down. You guys saw me, and I'm like, oh, that looks better. So we just play, and you come up with things. Now here's a card that's in progress. I haven't finished that one yet, but that darling DSP makes the cutest balloons as well. So you can go on, and I love these stars. Now look what happens when you lay a star on the balloon. So there is just so many different things you can do with this cute little set. But I'm going to take these away so you can concentrate on the one I just made. And I hope that you will try this background technique with your stamps. Any long sentiment that's going to cover some space, then you can do that with. You love the last one. This one that I haven't finished. I don't know. I'm going to finish this one. I don't know exactly what I want to put on there yet, but I like the little tassel too. Okay, ladies, thank you for being here and watching me all of a sudden change up my whole card a little bit, but you seem to enjoy it. The vellum, yeah, that's very bright and fun too. So I used the 3D Basic folders on all of them. So one of the balloons has the polka dots, one has the scratch marks, as I call it, and one has the floral. And then because they're see-through and kind of, light, I added the little punch-out hearts with the Country Bouquet Bundle heart punch, this one. So I used the 1 large and 2 small and ran those through the folder as well. Now here I glued what is to be the grass, and these 3 keep popping up. So next time I do grass, I'm going to use tear and tape down here, so that won't happen. Okay, but it's a nice learning, something to learn what works and what doesn't. Okay, thank you guys. Are there any questions? That's a simple one, fast one, but my whole point was to show you that you don't just have to have balloons. If you have balloons, you now have flowers, and they're a really good size, depending on the size of your balloon. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, you guys, I will see you on Sunday. You take care. Bye-bye.